and welcome to our very first Friday Football Fever of the 2021 season. I'm Jeff Jones, and guys, we are starting this year off the right way. We have a big-time rivalry showdown between two teams that have expectations that are through the roof. I'm talking about Vandergrift, the team that made it all the way to the state quarterfinals last year, and Cedar Park, a team that actually played in the state championship game. It might be a new season, but guys, the expectations are still the same for both teams. Well, they both expect to win a lot.
There's nothing like it.
It is a rivalry game.
You always love the rivalries in Texas high school football.
This is a must-win game.
We're going to pop a big bang.
We've been counting down the days for them to come here and defend our turf.
Everybody in this area knows about both of our teams.
The Vandergrift game, the Cedar Park game has always been a big hype game.
Man, I'm super excited. Cedar Park's always been a big rival for us.
Since 7th grade, man.
You know, the atmosphere is nothing like it.
It's always an amazing game.
We've always dreamed about it.
It really sets the tone for the season.
Hopefully we can find a way to get one more point than them.
We've got to be at our best for this to be a great game.
It's our crosstown rivals.
A little chip on our shoulder after last year.
We don't really like losing.
And I don't think you could ask for a better way to start the season off.
Let's get things going with our Friday Football Fever Game of the Week. Cedar Park is fresh off a state championship appearance, but this is a new year, and the first team they're playing is out for revenge. And you know what they say, revenge is a dish best served with a 39-yard touchdown. I didn't make the phrase up, I just know how it goes. Braden Buchanan to Reese Beauchamp there. 2 early turnovers put the Vipers in position for 2 early scores. I love this one. All the action went to the left, but the pass went back to the right, over to my man Charlie Oliver. Vandergrift, I see what you're doing this year, and I like it. The Vipers win our first game of the week of the season. Final score 42-7. So guys, you've seen the highlights and you've seen what it would look like kind of for a fan, but Emily Jean Greco was right there in the middle of the action. And Emily, I know that you had a chance to chat with Vandergrift Vipers head coach Drew Sanders after the game. I imagine Drew was excited. Tell me all about that conversation.
Yes, he was excited, and I can't wait for you to hear what he said during our interview, because you, especially of all people, are really gonna like it. But yeah, this game, oh my goodness, 2 very dominant teams normally, but Vandergrift outshined Cedar Park by a mile. It was intense, and I don't think anyone knows just how stacked this Viper team is heading into this season. Now, we've all heard the saying, if you have 2 quarterbacks, do you really have no quarterbacks? Well, in Vandergrift's case, they have 2 quarterbacks, and both of them were making plays on the field tonight. Reese Beauchamp was in that QB and receiver role and found himself in the end zone numerous times. And then Braden Buchanan probably had one of my favorite quarterback keeps of all time. The way he stormed into the end zone was, well, chef's kiss, love it. Now, I did talk with Coach Drew Sanders after the game, and needless to say, like we said earlier, he was definitely happy about the win, but he's also really happy about the post-game meal he is about to treat himself to.
You know, I'm really proud because that wasn't just some easy team we beat over there. That's a 2-time state champion program, and we dominated from start to finish tonight. So I think it shows our team, hopefully, that what we can be when we played our potential. And I'm gonna tell you, we made a lot of mistakes tonight. And so if we can clean up those things, I think the sky's the limit for this team.
How does it feel knowing that you don't have one, but you have 2 great quarterbacks that are able to get it done on the field?
You know what's so funny about that? It makes you, first of all, to answer your question, it makes you feel really good. But what's so funny about that is you got 2 guys that are humble, and they're just working hard, and they're just doing whatever the team needs and whatever coach asks, and that's the result. We beat a really good team pretty bad.
You told me that you celebrate with some Whataburger. What is going to be your order tonight at Whataburger?
You know, tonight it's probably going to be mayo, no onions, probably a double meat because I deserve that, and a large fry. It's going to taste really good.
You do deserve that. Congrats, Coach, on your win.
Thank you so much.
He does deserve that double meat. I got to call Coach out, though. He told me he treats himself to Whataburger whether they win or lose, but it tends to taste better when they win. And you know what, Coach? You deserve that. I treated myself to a hot dog tonight, so I took off 36 minutes of my life, but I needed it, Jeff. I needed it.
Yeah, we got to get some fruit, some salads, something mixed in to add those 36 minutes back to your life, Emily, because, you know, we're going to be covering high school football for years and years. We got to have you healthy.
I'll try.
That post-game interview was healthy and great, Emily, so thank you very much. We'll talk to you in a bit. Let's go ahead and shift gears now and talk about the reigning state champs. I'm talking about the guys from Westlake High School, and the Chaps aren't just a top team in the area or the state. They begin the season as the number 4 team in the nation. So expectations are sky high, and so was their point total tonight in their season opening game. Let's go ahead and roll the highlights. This is Westlake taking on Temple, a school from just up north. Now, the Chaps haven't lost a game in nearly 2 years, and they didn't plan to break that streak this evening. Quarterback Cade Klubnik looks like he's in mid-season form early in game 1. The future Clemson QB hit Bryce Chambers for 6. The streak continues. Westlake wins 54-13. Emily, I told you we were coming back to you quick. Are you still there, and do you have scores for us?
Jeff, yes, I do. I'm actually trying to pull up the scores right now, so I'm going to have you run over here real quick so I can All right, the first scoreboard for tonight, we got San Marcos falling to New Braunfels. 49-30 is your final in that one. And then Hayes coming out on top, 42-17 is the final there. And then, hey, Georgetown 31, trailing to Belton 35, fourth quarter, close one. And then finally, Steele 35-14. That is the fourth quarter in that.
Hey, no shame in that. Steele is a powerhouse all around the state. Let's get right back to the highlights. They could. Looks like Lake Travis won this one by 12, 40-28, the final score. Emily, you got those scores for us?
I do got those scores for you, Jeff. We got Weiss. They're trailing. Unfortunately, they lost tonight, 43-35, your final on that. And then Dripping Springs coming out on top, 44-26 is your final in that game. Up next, Marble Falls, they got nothing at the half, 14-0. And that are the scores that we have for you.
All right. Well, guys, you know, we always talk about you. Now we want to see you. We want to give back to the fans every chance we get. So I want to see your school spirit. Submit your photos cheering on your school in the KVUE app, and you can see your pictures in an upcoming episode of Friday Football Fever. We've updated you on quite a few games so far. We have much more left to show you. Scores, highlights, our Band of the Week, and our Big Save Play of the Week nominees are all coming up next.
I'm Bryce.
Welcome back to Friday Football Fever. I'm Jeff Jones, and now it's time for me to introduce my friend Tyler Feldman. Tyler, this is your first Friday Football Fever, your first Texas high school football season. What are you most excited about, man?
Jeff, this right here. Friday Football Fever, being out at the stadiums, being out at the games, seeing the big plays, lights being on, fans in the stands, the bands, the cheerleaders, you name it. high school football being back just brings a smile to my face.
Brings a smile to your face and the faces of the fans, the players, and the coaches. And speaking of the coaches, we did see quite a few first-time head coaches take the field or take the sidelines today. And we'll start things off with a first-time head coach who had a run through the playoffs last year as an interim head coach at Liberty Hill. I'm talking about Kent Walker. Guys, go ahead and roll those Liberty Hill highlights for me, please. Last year, Coach Kent Walker led the Panthers within one play of a state championship appearance. This year, well, he's hopeful that they can be one game and one play better. The season, though, started on a rough note. Ellison forced an early turnover and found the end zone. Ellison, of course, from right up the road in Killeen. Now, because of a lightning delay, that game still has a ways to go, so a comeback could happen, but Liberty Hill trails Ellison in the second half, 12-0.
Jeff, the Bowie Bulldogs taking the field for the first time this season. Vista Ridge doing the same, hoping to tame those dogs. First game for Raiders, first-year head coach Chad Scott. Speaking of first-year head coaches, 3-0 Dogs midway through the second. Raiders going for it on 4th and 12 from the 25. Desmond Thomas trying to make something happen. There goes the football.
Oh.
John Bukowski scooping it up, and that big turnover leading to this. Diego Tello telling us what's up. Screen pass to Max Barnes, and look at Barnes burning down the far sideline. 59-yard house call as the Dogs bark in week one, 17-7. Your final from Gupton.
Running up and down these sidelines has my dogs barking too. Hey, Del Valle also has a new head coach. Bobby Acosta joined the Cardinals from undefeated IMG Academy in Florida, and he's not going to like this. The McNeil defense was strong early on. A Mustang sack is proof of that. And when the offense got the ball, they looked good early too. A quarterback sneak at the goal line put McNeil on top. But as we told you, Del Valle is well coached. They came all the way back late. The Cardinals, well, took a lead in the fourth quarter, 35-28, but I'm seeing the final score right now. The Mustangs, who went winless all of 2020, got a win in week one. They beat Del Valle 40-35. All right, let's go ahead and check the scoreboard out again. Gerald, the guys from up north, well, they opened the season with a win 40-2. Offense, what are you doing? You messed up the shutout.
Safety first.
Safety first. And speaking of shutouts, well, Cedar Creek fans aren't going to like that score on the bottom of your screen right there. Smithville wins this week one battle 42-0 over Cedar Creek. Lampasas and Brownwood still in action. The Badgers are up 48-45 in the fourth quarter. And Wimberley taking on Canyon Lake. Wimberley took on Canyon Lake and took home a win. Final score in that one, 20-3.
Jeff, forget the boards. Let's get back to the lights. Beautiful Austin sunset overhead. The Palace, Westwood, Eastview doing battle. Late second quarter, Patriots up 15-7 and driving. They get stuffed on fourth down. So one last chance for the Warriors before the half. Mike Davis, pretty pass over the middle, hauled in by Lee Richards. But the Warriors, they've run out of time, going to the locker room, down 8 as the Patriots roll 41-13. We also got some other final scores to get to. Taylor and Robinson. Taylor currently up 26-13 in the fourth quarter. How about that? And then Belleville, final in this one, Giddings, 49-0. Big shutout there on the other side. And then also in the fourth quarter, Manor New Tech getting shut out by Caldwell, 54-0.
Come on, guys, come on. All right, back to the highlights. Austin Hyde taking on Connolly, and it didn't take long for Andrew Alexander to show up big. The Maroons defender picked off a Connolly pass, but the next time the Cougars had the ball, well, they just would not be denied. Darius McGrew shoving his own blockers into linebackers and scampering into the end zone. This one just went final, and guess what? Austin Hyde came on back to win it. Final score in this one, 23-21. Let's get back to the scoreboards. Hearn up at the half, so we'll call that a third quarter score. Hearn leads 28-0. You know, they've had lightning delays all over the area, so I'm sure that one started a little late. Lexington had a fast start to the season last year with Texas A&M commit Jared Kerr, but this season, not quite the same. They opened the year with a 48-7 loss to West. Let's see if we have anything else. Mason, the Punchers, get a win in week one over Comanche, 34-13, and Marion blanks Hyde Park, a 64-0 shutout in week one. All right, guys, as much as we love the action that happens on the field, you know, Friday nights are about much more than just that. They're about the cheerleaders, the fans, and even the bands in the stands. Last year, we saw bands playing on the sidelines because of COVID protocols. This year, they were back in the stands and on the field. And our band of the week for week one is the band out at Mena. Take a listen. Welcome back to Friday Football Fever. He's Tyler Feldman. I'm Jeff Jones. And guys, you know we have to show love to the small schools just like we show love to the big schools. And tonight we saw a 3A showdown between a traditional state powerhouse in Cameron Yo and a team that is really quickly on the rise in Lago Vista.
Yeah, Jeff, Lago Vista went 4 rounds deep last season. Cameron Yo missed the playoffs for the first time since 2009. What's up with that?
You know, I don't know, but I'd be okay if they missed a win tonight. Let's go ahead and see what happened. Let's roll those highlights, please. Now, you guys know that I was a defensive player when I played back in the day, so I am a sucker for a big hit, and that is just what Lago's defense delivered there. Then on offense, quarterback Bowen Staub put this ball 45 yards in the air, and it landed right in Ethan Helfton's hands. The Vikings made a run last year, and this season we could see more of the same. Lago Vista gets a season-opening win, final score 50-41.
Jeff, elsewhere, how about the Battle of the Bees? Plano taking on Gatesville. The Yellow Jackets stinging the Hornets 45-16 last season. This season, Gatesville gets its revenge. The Hornets de-jacketing the Yellow Jackets 27-7.
Fair to say that one stings, Atlanta?
Definitely stings when you lose the jacket.
Yeah. Well, you know, if you lost a jacket but you want another fun piece of outerwear to wear, well, I think I have just the thing for you. I want to give out some of these free Friday Football Fever t-shirts. And, you know, last year I was giving 1 out per Instagram, 1 out per Twitter, 1 out per Facebook. Let's go ahead and double it. Let's do 2 per Twitter, 2 per Instagram, 2 per Facebook.
Generous.
Every week this season. Yeah, I like to be. You know, 'tis the season for football and for giving. So I'm going to post pictures on those platforms. And right now I'm going to ask my friend Tyler Feldman to take a picture of me. You have your phone right there, Tyler? Let's get this.
What?
Can I get a 1-up for week 1?
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
All right. We'll get that posted on my Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And if you comment, if you follow me, then you have entered a chance to win one of the 2 per platform that I'm going to give away. And you can follow me at Jeff Jones Sports on any of those platforms. We'll be back with more highlights, our Play of the Week nominees, and our Athlete of the Week straight ahead.
It's summer. Time to trade hibernation for liberation. Couch time for tan lines. Because there's a big world out there, and it's calling. For every rock, road, and reason to get out and go, you can count on a Kia to take you there. Ranked #1 in dependability by J.D. Power and backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Get 0% APR for up to 6.
Welcome back to Friday Football Fever. He's Tyler Feldman. I'm Jeff Jones. And guys, one of my favorite segments that we do in this show is our Abacus Athlete of the Week. Tyler, it's a chance for us to shine a light on somebody who gets the job done on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. And you tell me that you recently met a young man who checks all those boxes.
Jeff checks all the boxes, absolutely covers every single box with like that dark colored pencil. This is a guy that just does everything right. His name, Anderson Senior Evan Richards. Evan, Tyler Feldman from KVUE.
Great to meet you.
Great to meet you as well. I'm here to surprise you and present to you with our Abacus Athlete of the Week Award. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Evan, many have described you as the ultimate teammate. What makes you the ultimate teammate?
I'm just always trying to do whatever I can to help the team and help get us to as many wins as possible. We're trying to have a different season this year than last season, so just whatever I can do to help the guys around me.
Evan Richards, truly the ultimate teammate. He's a senior standout on the Anderson football team. He also gets it done in the classroom and loves to give back. 3.3 GPA. You're a leader in a lot of different clubs. What are some of those clubs, and why does it mean so much to you to be involved in more than just football?
My dad's always harped on it, so just following what he tells me, doing things like FCA and being involved in my church, I think it's just important stuff to do in life, and just improving myself as a person.
Evan has done a lot. I know he's given some of you guys rides. Like I said, part of our Unity Council. Good guy to get behind, including our team captain. So that's why Evan went that way with Evan, and appreciate all he does for this program. Ready? Ready.
If you know an athlete of the week, an Abacus athlete of the week, email sports@kvue.com. Someone you know could be our next Abacus athlete of the week. All right, we'll be right back with our plays of the week on the other side.
KVUE Friday Football Fever Athlete of the Week is sponsored by Abacus Plumbing and HVAC.
You'll never worry about
Big Save of the Week, sponsored by Austin Telco Federal Credit Union.
Welcome back to Friday Football Fever. He's Tyler, I'm Jeff, and every week we see hundreds of great plays on high school fields just like this. We put our heads together with Emily and our photographer JP and pick our three of our favorites as our Austin Telco Big Save of the Week nominees. Let's go ahead and show you some of the best plays of the week. Nominee number one in week number one comes from a game they call the Taco Shack Bowl, and if we compare this play to a taco, it'd be like the chorizo, potato, and egg of touchdown grabs, and everyone knows that's the best. Jackson Rosales to Nate Davidson. This catch was the game winner and the play with a perfect view of downtown. McAllen beat Anderson 14-13.
Jeff, nominee number two, awesome play tonight from the Bowie Vista Ridge game. Diego Tello telestrating in real time. Simple screen. Max Barnes, he does the rest. 59-yard touchdown. What more can we say about the blocking up front? Anthony Simmons, Jacob Castle, and Ethan McMahon, they were all the men. doing the blocking, the dirty work up front to
I
make
like
it happen.
that.
Bowie gets the win.
Shout out on TV for blocking. I love it. Hey, sometimes athletes have a way of making extraordinary things just look easy. That's what Lago Vista's Bowen Staub did on this play. He launched the ball 45 yards in the air to his receiver, Ethan Helton. Great way to start the season. Now that you guys have seen our 3 nominees, your job is to go online and vote. In about 5 or 10 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and put a poll up on my Twitter page at Jeff Jones Sports. We're going to tally all the votes between now and Tuesday, and we will air the winner Tuesday night right here on KVUE. Tyler, we have about 20 seconds left. How would you sum up your first weekend of Texas high school football?
Incredible.
Incredible.
One word. You don't have to go too deep into how great it was just to see everyone so happy to be back playing football.
You use one word, I'm going to use 4. Get used to it. This is how it is. For Tyler, Emily, all our photographers around town, and our producers in the booth, I'm Jeff Jones. We'll see you next time.